And if that means that there's a little out of balance as a result of you having to go do that, so be it. Go do that.
So what about the fear of getting burnt out? So young.
Don't. You're born resilient. You're born resilient.
Hi, my name is Patino, and thank you for coming back for another Q&A segment.
Thank you, Lucas. Thanks for having me, buddy.
So as you know, we do get a lot of questions. So right now we have another 4 questions for me to ask you.
Got it.
So first question is this. Is it a mistake to follow your passion instead of choosing financial stability first?
Why not choose both?
I think it's hard because I think some people face debt and some people don't face debt due to their family or financial issues that, they are aligned in.
Oh, so if you want the cleanest answer, I always chase the money first, because when you do that, you can then go find your passion. Some people would say, well, go find your passion and the money will come later. And yeah, there's probably some level of truth to that. Steve Jobs used to say, you can never really do great work unless you really love it. I kind of get that. And then usually the money kind of comes along with it. To me, I would say as long as you're pursuing your goal towards your passion and you're making money at the same time, that makes more sense to me. So I would say don't wait for your passion. Get the money. Set your goal to achieve your passion, and then make the plan and walk towards that. And you'll see, typically, they intersect with each other. We talked about before about that intersection of love, good, and money. You'll find it. But I would say don't wait for it. I would say go get paid. Get a job, get paid, build your skill set so that you can pursue your passion.
Yeah, so don't deviate from it. Always have in the back of your head that, this is the end goal and this is where you want to be. But as of right now, graduate in college, chase the money.
Yeah. Yeah, I would definitely go look for that. Because here's the thing. When I got out of school 1,000 years ago, I was probably going to be like an astronaut or something like that, right? I've changed careers 6 times. I loved every single one of them. But it changed over time, changed year over year, decade over decade. So just make sure you're making money first so that you can pursue whatever your passion is, whether it's an evolution or a revolution.
Interesting. So is it okay to prioritize salary over work-life balance in your 20s?
I would. So we talked about this off camera. You got to want it. You've got to want it. If you really do want whatever is at the end of that path, the goal that you set, whether it's short-term, medium-term, or long-term, you've got to pursue it. You've got to pursue it with a horrible, unbelievable rigor and discipline. Take the steps when it's raining and it's cold outside and it's snow on the ground. Still take a step forward. You don't feel like taking a step forward. Take a small step forward. That, to me, is what you need to be able to do. To me, work-life balance, it's not a myth per se, but if you truly have a pursuit, a professional or even a personal pursuit, go pursue it. And if that means that there's a little out of balance as a result of you having to go do that, so be it. Go do that.
So what about the fear of getting burnt out? So young.
Don't. You're born resilient. You're born resilient.
Yeah.
Think about it. Think about it. From the time you were born, or really any of our Gen Z colleagues out there, go back and look at the timeline of when you were born. There was a terrorist attack in New York. There was financial meltdown. There's been multiple wars. There's been a global pandemic that shut the world down. You're all still here, aren't you? Did you burn out? No. You're more resilient than anybody. You're incredibly resilient as a generation. Are you kidding? You also have to go through the kinds of pressures that my generation, generations before me, never had to. You're digitized. Your entire persona is digitized. You're out on social media. The constant pressure of what's around you. You're still here. You're incredibly resilient. Don't worry about burnout. Would you rather say, well, I don't want to burn out and I missed on a chance of pursuing my passion, my goal, as opposed to saying, you know what? I'm tired. I'm sweaty. I'm cut up. But guess what? I achieved it. And you're looking from the top of the mountain to the bottom of the mountain. You figure it out. You're also the smartest generation I ever met. So I bet you could figure out where I'm going with that, Lucas.
So what is the right way to push back if you believe you are being lowballed in salary?
Oh, from like an offer standpoint?
Mm-hmm.
Well, to me, it's you have to have a certain level of facts and data at your disposal to be able to push back. It's not a conversation, it's a negotiation. Step one in a negotiation is you have to have the facts in order to know when to push and when to pull back, and to talk and when to shut up too. When you have the deal won that you want, the first compulsion is you want to talk. Actually, you need to do the opposite. You need to shut up. Like you're saying, oh, I feel like I'm being lowballed. Well, feel like you're being lowballed and actually being lowballed from a negotiation standpoint are two different things. So you need to understand and have the facts at your disposal to say, out in the marketplace today for this role in your peer group, this is the range. And given my resume, my knowledge, skills, ability, and experience, here's how it fits in that. That's how you can have that kind of negotiation or discussion. Other than that, it's kind of like, well, you really have nothing to go on. You either say, okay, or I wish it was $5 more. Well, if I'm on the other side of the table there, I'm going to say, yeah, and I wish I had a pony. And neither one of us have that. You know what I mean?
Of course. So last question. When do you know when it's right time to leave, whether it's a deal, a client, or job, in your experience?
Yeah. If it's repetitive, if promises are broken repetitively, if the culture keeps telling you what it is, like it doesn't fit you, in other words, or it's a cancerous culture or something like that.
Okay.
If it does not fit you clearly day after day and it keeps punching you in the face, that's really the key in a lot of different ways. If it's repetitive behavior that's caustic to you and your work. The second part of that, does that make sense so far?
Of course.
The second part of that, though, is so often I see, especially early career, is they run into that wall. They do recognize this is repetitive behavior or repetitive what's happening, and it's time to go. And they go without a plan B. They just say, I'm done. See, that's the thing that reinforces some of the stereotypes from a generational standpoint. And I kind of get that. But here's what you need to do. This is the cue, the tip and the trick to follow, is before you are frustrated or you see, this repetitive behavior, have plan B ready to go. Whatever that is, upskill, reskill, volunteer for assignments, look for another job if it's at that point. While you have the job going, create your plan B in advance so that if you do need to make a change, either internal, external, or whatever the case may be, you're ready to do it. You're coming from a position of strength as opposed from a position of weakness. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
Of course.
Because the worst thing in the world is to come from a point of desperation as opposed to strength. Or some people would say, are you running away from something or are you running to something? You want to be the one running to, not away. And then that makes that first part of, you know what, I don't think I'm liking it here. I don't think they like me here because we're a mismatch for whatever reason. It makes it so much easier for you to then stay on your path and succeed.
Okay, amazing. So that's a wrap of our week for the Q&A segment. Thank you, Mr. Turano, for being with me today and doing this process.
Pleasure is mine, Lucas. Thank you as always. Thanks everybody for throwing in your questions. Keep throwing them in. We'll keep firing them back with good answers to help you on your career journey, right?
Yep, of course.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks.